Hey guys, Fang here, and I'm here playing MechWarrior Online. Now, before I start playing this game, I wanna just clarify. The game is based off of a universe called BattleTech. Now, if you guys haven't heard about it, there's tons of stuff on it. I'll leave some links in the description to some stuff to if you guys are interested, just check it out. See if you like it. But BattleTech is basically I keep saying oh Allah, I'm sorry. But BattleTech is basically a universe where you have these two factions, well these two main like factions called clans and inner sphere. Of course there are things in between those. So, like the clans you have Clan Wolf, Clan Jade Falcon, Clan Smoke Jaguar, factions in between them. And then the inner sphere as well, the inner sphere is made up of houses. You got House Kurita, House Steiner, a whole bunch of other stuff. But anyway, they're fighting in between each other in this war. The year is 3050, and the game right now is 3052 to be exact. But yeah, the game is really fun. Unfortunately, the name Fang was taken, so I had to come up with this thing, whatever. But I made a new account just so I can show you guys, the perspective of what you would be coming up with as a new pilot going into the game. Now, these mechs are stories tall, they're like very heavy. This one weighs 75 tons. It's a Timberwolf, also known as a Mad Cat. Now, I do know a lot about the mechs. I do know a lot about the universe because I grew up with the BattleTech universe and I completely loved it. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the combat because the mechs carry a vast array of weapons, from lasers, which are hooked up to this one, to ballistic weapon systems, to missiles that track their targets. It's a very detailed universe, and it does transfer onto here. If you look at the mech lab, which is basically your customization, you come into the mech lab and you see, yeah, this is a trial mech, so I cannot change anything. It's a trial. I have to get my own mech. But so you got leg actuators, foot actuators, armor slots, jump jets, heat sinks, which I'll explain those later. I'll explain everything as we progress. I kind of want this series to be like, okay, let's see, let's just progress together. Let's just let's just join hands and be like, okay, we're progressing through this game together, watching Fang's failures and watching him cry. Anyway, so let me just give you the basic idea. So let me go to the store here and I'll show you the mechs. Okay, that's weird. So the mechs are divided into four main categories. You have light, medium, heavy, and assault. So the lights are obviously like the scouts. They can carry good weapons, but you don't really want to be fighting with them. You want to be reporting in positions of different enemy units, no matter what it is. And if there are enemy lights, you could try to engage in them. Although if I'm in a light and I see an enemy light, I generally do not engage unless I know I have the advantage. You have the mediums. Mediums are kind of, I don't want to say a jack of all trades because they're really not. They can dish out good damage, such as the Hunchback, which can field a lot of weapons, but they can't really take that much damage back. They're kind of like a fire, reposition, fire again, and they come in all sorts of configurations. They all have their good sides and their bad sides. Heavies, they're like the Timberwolf that I have out right now. That's the name of this one. And they can take a good amount of damage, and they can dish out a lot of damage back. They are basically the brawlers of the BattleTech universe, if you will. They come in all sorts of different configurations as well. All mechs do. And then you have assaults, which can be really appealing to people. They weigh from 80 to 100 tons. They're the behemoths. They carry the biggest weapons, have the most armor. I mean, like, seriously, just look at the Atlas. It's gonna pop up here in a second. Like, look at this thing. Like, it is a beast, like a juggernaut of the battlefield. And another famous one would be the Dire Wolf, one of my personal favorites. Which, oh my God, this thing is incredible. But if you know what you're doing, this game can be pretty fun. You also have Champion and Hero mechs, which basically are kind of like premium mechs. Yeah, I mean, the game's free, but if you want premium stuff, it's not really necessary. I don't have premium stuff. I don't care about it. But it's basically a little boost if you want it. Purchase what's called MC or mech credits. With real money, you have to purchase those, or you can earn them over time, and then you can get special mechs. Like, this is a special spider variant called an Anansi. So you see all their traits, and then if I go over here to spider, Come on, there we go. Okay, you see it's like the same mech except it has a different paint and the stats are different. Maybe some things are boosted, maybe it has an extra module or something like that. But really the game is fun. As I make these videos and as I put them out, I will give tips and tricks and maybe some advice here and there to basically tell you guys, how the game works and how it doesn't work. But basically what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna go into a random battle, and I'm gonna basically go over a real simple overview of combat, because obviously you're gonna go into this game, and yeah, you can customize your mech, you can make it like the best mech in the world, whatever, but you're not going to be able to do anything with it if you don't know how to fight, which is very obvious because this game is based on go out, fight, get money, come back, customize your mech, and then go out, fight again, do your best, blah blah blah. I will tell you right now that it's not the combat that's the most important part. It's the actual customization of your mech. And when the actual customization of the mech when you get to the actual customization of the mech, I'm sorry, I misspoke. You will find that you can try a whole bunch of different configurations of mechs, but basically that's not gonna matter for anything really if the fact is that you're just gonna go out there and just kind of mess it up for your team, like not be a what's the word I'm looking for here? A part of your team, really, like a contributing part of your team. That's the word I was looking for. So basically, combat is very important, but also configuration. And unlike a lot of other games where you just configure, like, okay, let's sit down, let's configure it. So I want two giant cannons on the mech. Oh, we got a match here. So basically, you also have this nice little voting thing where the lobby votes, and we'll see how it goes. So I like skirmish because that's just straight up fighting, no real objective besides kill the enemy. And let's do the mining collective because it's kind of like a close to mid-range urban warfare map, which works great with the Timberwolf. Yep, so that's what most people voted for. So yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's not like most games where you can just put like the biggest guns on your mech and be like, all right, we're good to go. No. Behind every weapon, behind every module, behind every mech, there are numbers. There are things that you have to consider, such as the cooldown time of your weapons. Your heat buildup, which if you have too much heat, you'll shut down in the middle of battle, and you really don't want that. Your DPS, your damage per second. That's what it is. Your alpha strike damage, which means if you fire all of your weapons, how much damage are you gonna do? Things like that, and things that can help you, modules such as your sensors, how fast can they scan the enemy and tell you information about them, things like that. They'll really help you in combat, and I have been in situations where one little activation of a module or 1 second less of cooldown time can literally mean the difference between life and death, victory and defeat. 5 kilometers an hour faster one mech is than another, and you can really make the difference. But for now, what we're gonna stick to is learning the controls of the mech and everything like that. Well, not learning the controls, but telling you basically. When you get into the game, they'll give you a tutorial on how to learn the controls. So basically, first thing you want to do is look on the mini map that's obviously down on the bottom middle, and you'll see the arrows. The light blue are the ones in your lance or squad, and then the dark blue are just the other allies on your team. Now, if you look at the bottom left, you'll see, your damage display, which once I take damage, which you always do, you will never like go unscathed in a battle. You will take damage and you'll see how much you took. You'll see it. And on the bottom right, I have the weapons that I have. Obviously, I have 3 extended range or ER medium lasers, and then 2 large pulse lasers. And if I fire them right here, you see the medium lasers, and if I fire the large pulse lasers, there they go, activating. And so we have a target here. He's a Jenner. That's a light, so I'm not really prioritizing for him. You have to know how to prioritize targets. I mean, who are you going to shoot? Like a really damaged light, or like basically a fresh heavy that needs to be taken out because he's pummeling our team? So you really got to think about what you're doing in combat. Now the Timberwolf, since it's a fast heavy mech that has a good amount of armor, What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna relocate and I'm gonna join up with my team here so that maybe we can hold a position or even push into the enemy position. Now there's a king crab. That is an assault 100 tons of pure badass right there. So I'm not gonna obviously. Oh boy, that's a Big Mac. Okay, that's a direwolf. Direwolf has the most armor in the game. So we are going to try to hit him, but make sure he doesn't hit us. And looks like something hit me from the left. We have a direwolf of our own, but he's trying to hold down the position there. And it looks like they have an atlas, which is not very helpful for our cause. And I got hit in the right, it's fine. I mean, you can take a couple of glancing blows. I accidentally fired right there. But you can take a couple of glancing blows, but just don't take sustained damage. Now, if you look on the top right, you see the overview of the enemy mech. I can see it that he is damaged and he's really kind of about to go down. Now, I have taken light damage all around on my armor except for the back. Looks like we're getting a lot of fire from here. So I'm gonna try to do my best to take out his torso. So yeah, his torso went down because he took too much damage on his torso and was blown to bits. So he lost everything on the torso and the arm. And let's see here, there he is. So tried to go for the finishing blow. You can kill a mech in a number of different ways. If you look down on the bottom left, my arm is about to get blown off if I take a lot more damage, but we'll see how it goes. Yep, my right arm got blown off. Thankfully, I had nothing important on it, and I could take the hit. That Avon Jaguar is kind of damaged there. Oh, that's a stalker. I don't want to face that thing. Now I am recording this, and I'm not editing it, so I'm not trying to like say, okay, I never lose. No, if I lose, I'll lose, and you guys will see it, and I'll talk about it and whatnot. But right now, oh wow, that was a horrible shot. Okay, that's my stupidity. But he's gone. There is a freaking marauder right there. Okay, I love fighting marauders. I freaking hate them. Oh, that's a premium marauder called a bounty hunter, and he is chasing me. So I'm going to reposition. By reposition, I mean run away because he's kicking my ass right now. But I'm basically not going to give him a shot on me, and I'm going to let my teammates just pummel him into oblivion. And I will flank him here. Hello. Oh wow, that kind of did nothing to you. That is not helpful to my cause, but I killed him, so we are fine. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Both my arms are blown off, and I have taken severe damage to my armor on the front. So I'm gonna reposition, and I have incoming missiles, so I gotta get under this overpass so that I can take cover from. Because incoming missiles generally come in an arc, so they'll hit you on top. There he goes. Yep, that guy's telling us to fall back, and I completely agree with his plan. Now, unfortunately, the score is 4 kills for us, 9 kills for them, and it looks like we're gonna lose. But it's all in the game. I mean, I'm not gonna hate. But we are the only two left. Me and this king crab that's right next to us. So, oh, there's a guy. Oh my god, I am such a bad shot. Oh, I cannot see anything, and I'm gone. God, those missiles are deadly. Well, that didn't go very well. Oh, okay, yep. He is surrounded. Yeah, he's gonna go down soon. That's a very infamous thing about the king crab, though. Jeez, cadet bonuses are given after your first 25 matches. But that's the infamous thing about the king crab. They can take a lot of damage before they go down. It is just an absolutely amazing amount of damage that they take. But we've lost the round, and we go home in defeat, hanging our heads in shame. But that's okay, because we learn from our mistakes. So, basically one of the major things. Oh, CB is C bills. That's basically the currency you earn after battles. But basically, one of the things that I did that I really should have not have done is kind of gone in like out in front of everybody. I feel like I was blocking the way, and I don't know, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but I know I was overheating quite a bit and I couldn't fire as much as I wanted to because I was itchy on the trigger finger. But yeah, that's basically combat in BattleTech. You can have that. That's the mid to close range combat. You can also have long range combat where people are trying to snipe each other with large lasers or Gauss rifles, things like that. Long range missiles. But that was that was an interesting battle to say the least. God, this is taking forever. But yeah, it was fun, nevertheless. So that about wraps it up for that one. And I think that wraps it up for this episode. I want to keep the episodes kind of relatively short. About one battle per episode, just telling you how it works. Maybe going into the lab once I get my own mech and whatnot. But for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you liked the game. Let me know if you want the episodes maybe longer or even shorter. Maybe you don't want me to explain that many things. Leave any suggestions like that down in the comments below. If you like the video, obviously leave a like, subscribe. It always helps. And yeah, that's about it for it. But thank you everybody so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.